Let's see what we can do with these. I grabbed some scallop pavers for this stunning patio decor. My neighbor had some along their driveway and they wanted to get rid of them, so I just grabbed these ones and cut them in half using an angle grinder with a masonry blade. To avoid cutting them, you could also buy new ones that aren't quite as tall at a local building supply store. I used construction adhesive and glued 2 of the scallop bricks together, and then I let them dry with the weight of one on top of the other. Then I grabbed a round patio brick and I put some glue on the scalloped ones at the bottom edge and I placed it on top. I used lots of glue because the paving stones are porous. Then I added glue to the third scalloped paver and I attached it to the join, and I did the same for the last one on the other side. I added more glue on top and I attached a second round paving stone. Then I used porch and patio paint and I painted one coat over the whole thing. And that is how I flipped these mossy old paving stones into a super trendy and functional side table for my patio. I absolutely love how this project turned out, and I hope it inspires you to get creative with paving stones, whether you buy them or you find some old ones lying around.
I headed to my local store and picked up a bunch of these cinder blocks along with some 12-inch wide pine boards. To start, I strategically arranged the cinder blocks in a T shape, placing them in 2 levels on either end, and adding extra blocks in the center to accommodate the wider space. You have the option to secure the blocks with construction adhesive or let their weight do the job. Next, I cut the pine boards to match the seating length and added some patterns. I marked the center on the 2 boards and began to draw the pattern I wanted. Then taped the edges with painter's tape and used an outdoor grade paint and stain. Once the paint was dry, I removed the tape, repeating the process to achieve the desired pattern. I then placed the boards upside down and connected the 2 boards using these mending braces. Then to protect the wood, I sprayed it with a waterproof coating. Lastly, I placed the wood top on the arranged cinder blocks and added a couple of outdoor pillows for comfort. And just like that, a simple and affordable DIY seating bench is ready to use.
For today's project, we're going to head down to our local nursery and pick up some paver edges. We're going to need 4 of them to start with this project, but we're going to lay out 2 to begin with. Now, on these pavers, we need to make sure to see what kind we get. Some of them have an edge on them, and others are concave. Whatever side you choose, though, make sure they both match when you're putting them together. Next, we got to make sure we adhere them with some good liquid nails. What we do is when we get it, go ahead and squeeze out a little glue to make sure it's working, and then it's back to the pavers. Now we want to put a liberal amount on both sides. Don't go easy on this. The more you put, the better, because the pavers are very rough and that glue is going to fill the inside. Once we do it, we're going to turn it up on its edge and we're going to stick 2 of the pavers together, making sure they match. The weight from the pavers themselves will help out and hold it together. You also might get some glue that squeezes out, but that's okay. You're just going to take a popsicle stick and you can just clean those off. If you use a towel, it's probably going to smear it all over and it's not going to look good on that rough surface. Once you get those 2 together and you let it dry a couple hours, you can lay it flat. We're then going to grab our 3rd paver and we're going to put another bead of glue on top. Make sure you put plenty on there because it's going to squeeze through on that rough surface. Once you do that, you're going to put it right down the middle of the 2 pavers that you did. You want to make sure you also line it up as you're tilting it over, because if you get glue on the paver, it's hard to clean up. So once you get that on and let that dry, turn those 3 over again. Make sure you're given a couple hours so it holds together. And we're going to again put some glue on the edge of that paver and put it in place. As you can see, I'm forming a cross with these pavers with the same edges pointing towards the same sides. That's very key. Now we got the top of our project right here. This one's bigger than the pavers and it looks good. Once it's all glued up, I'm going to take it outside, set it up, and I'm going to run a bead of glue down each edge on top. And then I'm going to take my top paver, put it on top right there. Just the weight alone from that paper will hold it in place. I'm going to set a chair out and look at this. Absolutely looks amazing. It's a place that can hold your drinks while you're sitting outside. But if that's not good enough for you, I got another secret. It's actually going to be strong enough to hold a potted plant. And the great thing about this is it's waterproof. It's made of concrete and it's outside. And if you ever feel inspired, you can also paint these papers if you want, choosing your favorite color. I hope this inspired you to take your project from paver to furniture and give it a try. The first part is making sure that the bottom is flat and level. When you're stacking the cinder blocks on top of each other, always make sure you use an all-purpose construction adhesive. It's going to hold the blocks together so there's no slippage or having them fall apart. On a project like this, you're always going to want to make sure you're wearing gloves. Cinder blocks can really rough up your hands and you want to make sure they're protected. When using cinder block, always know that they are heavy. If you need to grab somebody to help you out, don't hesitate to do so, especially as you're stacking. Sometimes you might need to move one of the cinder blocks out of the way in order to put extra gravel or sand underneath to make sure it's level. You're going to lay and stack 4 of these cinder blocks together. You're going to do this for both sides. Every time I put a brick down, I always want to make sure I take my level and just make sure it looks good. On this, we want to make sure everything is flush, looking good. And again, remember, 4 cinder blocks on one side, 4 on the other, stacked on top with adhesive holding it down. Once we get the 4 cinder blocks as a base, then we're going to take 2 more, turn them the flat way. Use the construction adhesive, lay it down, and put the bricks on. These are going to lay sideways, facing each other. You're going to use 2. By the time you're done, you'll have 6 of these stacked on top of each other. Okay, we've got our base now. We've got 6 on this side and 6 on the other. The next thing we're going to do, on the back half of the last cinder block, we're going to put some construction adhesive and lay this cinder block facing up. This is going to be our backrest. Now that we've got our cinder blocks in place, you're going to use a total of 7 on each side. The next step is putting the wood in. I went ahead and went with this landscape timber. It's already stained. It's going to go good with the outdoors. You can use a 4x4 piece of pine if you want. Just make sure you stain it. But this is the nice part. You can use somebody to help you out and put it in. I like to do it by myself because I want to surprise the family in just a little bit. The way to do this is to stick the board in one end, slip it through, and then bring it back the other way. Here we are. I'm going to put the last board in, and this bench is going to look great. When we come back, I'm going to clean this area up, and I'm going to show you the final project. And here it is, our final project. I think it just turned out great. I literally built this thing for less than $60, and it just makes a wonderful addition to the front of our house. I'm glad you joined us for this wonderful project, and we can't wait to see you again on Home Talk.